Hi everybody, welcome in this new episode of Juno Live. Just checking if we are live. Yes. I hope you had a good start of the week and a nice weekend. And yeah, let's kick off a new series. So I was thinking at what we can develop that both matches what you can do with Juno and also what you can do on the internet computer. And I found a use case which is actually useful for me because the feature would be handy for me. A feature that can be developed in an existing app, so we can do something that is productive, that also uses the last standards on the internet computer, and that will also take a bit of time, so that would be something useful to occupy a few live stream. So that's why I was thinking that we can build some kind of swap for cycles on cycles.watch, which itself is a satellite. So I will show you today what's cycles.watch, and then maybe we draw the concept and then we start. But again, I think it will require a few episodes. So yeah, what's cycles.watch? Cycles.watch is a old application that I've built like few months or few years ago, I think, which basically allow you to monitor your cycles but manually. You can assign a controller to a smart contract, a canister, and then it just show you its status. So for example here, when I go there, I can sign in. Let's do that. And since it's used Juno, it's like an authentication, right? Like I'm gonna have a new entry in the data store of the satellites. And once I'm signed in, if everything goes fine, is there a problem with my session here? Alright, so I'm gonna show you in this case here. When you are signed in, you can list controllers, and then when you have controllers, then you can attach it, and it tells you how many cycles and stuff we have. And what I want to do is, of course, this is open source, right? And what I want to do is I want to add like a button where I can say I want to top up that canisters with as many ICP and then get back cycles. So let's draw what I want to do. Alright, so here I'm gonna sign in. Hopefully it works. And we're gonna start a new drawing that we're gonna name cycles.watch swap Juno live. Juno love, that's also a good name. Alright, so what do we want to do? We have, I said cycle.watch, right? And here we have various canisters. So what we want to do is we want to add a new action. Let's say that does like a a top up, right? Oh, that's small. That does a top up. Maybe can I zoom here somewhere? Here. Okay. I want to do a top up here, and of course, since I got a principal here, I would be able to just send some ICP there and implement the top up from the front end, but I think we want to do that a bit in more modern way or more complicated. I don't know if it makes sense, but like just to try to have it a bit differently so that we can a bit use more newer features. So what I want to do is like when we're gonna press top up, it's gonna open probably a modal where we're gonna show something like like how many cycles and so on. But before doing so, actually what I want to do is I want to do that with a connect wallet button. What I want to do is that we don't have any ICP here, but we add a connect button so that, for example, we connect the dApp, let's say with OZ wallet or the Juno dev wallet, and then once it's connected, then here we can define how many ICP we want to use to do the top up. A bit similar to this, for example. Let's say here that's my wallet, and I want to receive some ICP. I go here and I open the modal of the wallet, and then it's gonna get connected, right? And here I can enter the amount, but instead of just transferring, what we want to do is like we want to say what we're gonna do is here first we're gonna connect, right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an approve. ICRC approve. We're gonna say basically what we want to do is we want to so that's the front end. Let me zoom out. Even if it's the same, so that's the satellites. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to do an approve that says we want to allow our satellites, but here we're gonna use serverless function, right? Here we want to is that Excel? Yes. We want to do an ICR proof that says ICRC approve my satellites to transfer ICP to myself and to transfer ICP and do a top up in return, basically. So what we do is like this one here, we're gonna ask the wallet to say, okay, from that wallet can we use, for example, let's say that's the ledger, right? Here we're gonna do an approve that say, can we use, I don't know, like, let's say one ICP, for this account here on the ledger, and we're gonna use that ICP to basically do here we're gonna do effectively the top up with the here it's gonna be the IC management. Okay, but to do that we're gonna use basically this ICP, right? Something like, if we have a look, so that's cycles.watch, and that's the wallet. What we want to do is basically here you want to sign in, give the permission, blah blah blah, and get an account. Let's call that like this. And then when we have read the account, we want to approve, I don't know, like one ICP, whatever. And then this one, of course, gonna prompt the user and so, but basically he will tell, assuming the user accept that, we'll transfer that approve, and then this will say, okay, I've registered that, I've registered this, and then this one here we're gonna use a serverless hook. Right, and this one then I guess here we're gonna save for traceability and so on, but let's say an happy pass. What we're gonna do is here we're gonna get the one ICP, something like that. I'm not sure yet, I have to think. And then when it's done, that's why we should probably do a refund if there is something that goes bad. Here we're gonna do, I'm not sure it's a get ICP. I think you can do like a transfer and like all in one go. That's why we want to do the approve, but we can revisit that. But basically here we do the effective top up. Something like that. So this might be just, this might good be just one step, and that's why we want on approve. But yeah, and all the things here will happen on the front end side. So that will be like some JavaScript and library and this kind of things. And all the things here will happen, let's say, on the back end in the serverless function. So it really covers a bit like everything we can do. And yeah, so basically my idea. All right. Okay, so let's start with maybe adding a top-up button. That's probably a good start. That open a modal, and in the modal we're gonna add the connect button. Doesn't have to be shiny, but just that it works out, right? Okay, so here's cycle.watch. I'm not sure if it's already running. Yeah, so yeah, it's already on Svelte 5 too, so it's also a Svelte project. And it's already configured to run Juno, right? Is it also configured to run Juno locally? Maybe not. So that's maybe something we can do to get started. Alright, so yeah, we are using Juno, but we are not yet using Juno to work locally. So what we gonna do is tac. So here I'm in the and we're gonna do Juno dev start. And this will tell me, but you don't have stuff configured yet. So I'm gonna say yes, create me a configuration file, and I also want a Docker Compose file. And this should create the Compose file to start and my dev config. Okay. And then I have to check which collection are used. So let's do that more easily. If I go to cycles.watch, I don't use the storage, and here in the collection I have NNS canister ID, so we're gonna do that. Yeah. We go to the configuration and I will install the types that I don't have yet. Alright, and we're gonna so manage it and heap. So we're gonna have a collection this read managed, right, no, it's not my idea, managed. And I think we also need to set permutability as true. Why not? And yeah, heap. Okay, and then we also have SNS, but we don't really gonna use it, but we can add it. And we have settings as well. Okay, there. And everything goes well. Here it should configure the satellites. Okay, and so now if I open, let's go here. Should start the front end, right? So here we should be able to sign in. So I'm gonna create a new identity since it's a new state. Wait, no, not yet. You see, when we start, we are still using production. So we need to use the container. So we need to say that we want the local development environment. Okay, so not yet. We have container is true, right? So I guess I might be using some old Juno. Not really, but yeah, let's try. So I'm gonna update. That's another migration. We can do that another day. And here we're gonna update this one. Oh. I'm dumb. -D for development. Oh no, it was already up to date. Interesting. Alright, so where do we are? We have container. Now we are. Well, maybe there was some cache or whatever. Alright, so we are using local. I create a passkey locally, and now the sign-in should work, unless there was a bug as we've seen before. Good. Maybe there is a bug in the solution. It's about time to test. No. That's a bit unfortunate UI. You see here I'm not signing in. If I sign in, I do have the new option here, but not this one is still displayed. So looks like we're gonna patch that too. So the welcome screen is a bit misleading because it's canister empty, and here kind of should have like a canister empty and not signed in or something. Here. Okay, and now I got nothing, so what we're gonna do is section. So we're just gonna do something like P, and here we're gonna say open the menu to add your first canister. Right? Not pretty, but that will do for now, right? Okay, and now that we are here, we're gonna be able to add a canister, and when I add a canister, I should be a controller, so I need to register this as a controller. And since we are developing locally here, we will add this controller to the satellites that is running locally. And to do that, we can go in the configuration and we can add a controller, you see. So here what we're gonna do, we say we want a controller that is the ID that we saw, and we want the scope to be an admin. And what? Admin or void? Ah, yeah. It's const. Okay. So the configuration is run, or it's already run. And when it does that, it's gonna add, it's gonna do it now. It's gonna take that principal and add it to the satellite. So now we are a controller. So what we need to do is to continue. And now we need the canister ID. And this can be found in Juno Docker. I think it's documented, right? Yes, no? Ooh. I need to document that somewhere. I thought I had it. Alright. I know where it is, but I thought I had that somewhere. Anyway. That's our canister ID locally. So use it here. And here we see that it fetches the information and sync error because yeah, so that's because in this particular application I'm using a web worker, you see here, and this web worker is not using the authentication that is implemented in the JavaScript library of Juno. I kind of load it. So what I have to do is, since you see here I'm loading it, right? Since I'm loading it, and then I guess, yeah, you see here the status, I'm using an actor here to load this information. I need to create the actor, I guess, for the local environment. And blah blah blah. Let me remind me, like in an actor there is an agent, right? Yes, you see here when I create the agent, here I use that property that doesn't exist at all. That's like code that I never removed. So what we're gonna do is, let me check this. So here we're gonna get I still have that somewhere, but that's like rubbish code of yeah, no, I don't need that. Oh, that's really old school. Let me think what I want to do. I want to remove that. Oh yeah, that's really have stuff hard coded and things when now we can just use the configuration. It's fun. It's really an whole app. So what we're gonna do is, like, if container is defined, we gonna use plugin. If I have a look to what we inject in the So those are the value. Oh, do we have that? That's really nice. Not used. Just for a check. Maybe I should expose it. Anyway then. So otherwise we're gonna use where is it? ICRC, right? Yes. Basically we do that logic here. That Juno does for myself. Alright. And so no, the port is wrong. It's no, yeah, sounds good. Hoopla. Not too bad, huh? I have to say. It's really old school here. Nice. And what's that? Oh, raw. That's like it looks like code from another era. And here I think we have a should fetch root key, so we can remove that. Okay, this is definitely incorrect. So undefined. Ah, nice. What did I do? Yeah, I'm really like, sometimes I don't even remember what I'm doing. So it's even simpler than that. Here we can do this. I guess. And to fetch the root key, we're just gonna use dev, right? Like this. Alright. Not too bad. And then here we have an issue because I tried to get the XCP XDR conversion rate to the CMC, but the CMC is not spin with that ID, I think. If we go to the container here, CMC, we spin it. Was that the same? Looks like, huh? But we have it here, so in any case I don't want that, so I'm gonna find it, and then we have a good setup. So here and here we want, whoa, okay, I need to inject it or what? Yeah, I need to add that to the, you see, we don't have the CMC as a value yet in the plugin, so I gonna do that after the call. So meanwhile here I gonna re-inject it, and I'm just gonna correct, control, double check, whatever you call it, the canister ID that we use. Okay, good. So why is it complaining? Here we create an actor. That actor is here, and he says that it does not find host should, okay, and satellite. That's a good one. You see, it's because the CMC canister is actually not deployed in the, that's a good one. That's an interesting one. So in Juno Docker, I do have the CMC and the governance, but those two are only deployed for the console bundle and not the satellite bundle. And the satellite bundle deploys the satellite but does not deploy those two. So what we gonna do? Yes, so for this I will think about if I want to spin that or not, because it's a bit, I don't know, like it takes a bit of time. So what we're gonna do, but then I cannot apply the yes. All right, so that project is my working copy of Juno that I use locally, right? So I will start the emulator and the console. Here I'm gonna close that because we're gonna start again. Okay. All right. So I love Chrome. Okay. And I'm a new developer, so I start that. And what I gonna do is 2006. Okay. We gonna spin a new satellite for that project. So cycles.watch locally. Okay. And what we will do is we're gonna take the satellite ID here Okay, and I will clean up afterwards. We're gonna have that here. Okay. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is I will remove this part where we set up the compose. We're gonna reinject that IC stuff here that is outdated. And in the actor util here we're gonna also remove that. In the actor util gonna use this again, which is the O. So yeah, I guess we're gonna go back old style. So the host, and here we're gonna do narrate.create like this. That's gonna be local, but here we're gonna have okay. So here that can do it. So except that now here we have the new. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we start this, and this is not local, so we need here, so where we sign in here, right? So here there should be an option. I don't have an option to say what URL I want to use. Is that? And this would be this. No. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. What? Okay. So I guess that we still need to use the container here. I have the feeling. Okay. So I close this, close that. Still not there. I did not had some cache before or something when we tried. I don't remember. No, okay, I'm here. So here I can create a new identity or just use, I guess, the one that I used before. Doesn't matter. And now here do have some cache again too here. Probably. Where did that come from? Oh no. So it says that he cannot query the document on canister blah 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 and canister blah blah blah. It's because yeah, I like when we try to work around stuff. So what he's trying to do is like wait, I maybe have that here. Yeah, slowly. I think I know. I think we can I should be able to. How do I do that? Okay, there you go. Alright, that was okay. So here no con, but in init Juno, init satellites. Okay. So what do I do? What was blah, blah, blah. So we do an init satellites. We give the satellites ID and this. So here we're gonna do async. Tac, await. Tac. And here we're gonna pass that stuff, and which gonna be the satellite ID. And here we're gonna have the local internet identity IP. Okay, let's try that. The epsilon generally not provided. Okay, yeah, no shit. And here we want to use that CMC there. And what does it do now? Oh, nice. Okay, so it works now. Again, no, here it goes there. So here we still need. It's a bit dumb, this story here. The ID is wrong. Okay, that's correct. But the issue we have. No, we are good. We are logged in, but now it's a yeah, but in that canister or in that satellite, the collection doesn't exist. So here I'm local, and I have to create those collection. Oh, that was a bit funny. Here we're gonna create this one. Nice. And now we're gonna create, where is it? Settings. Okie dokie. I refresh. No error, finally. Then we can go in your settings, get the principal, and here we go to our satellites and we add the controller as an administrator. And while it does so, here I can click add canister. Yes, that will be this one. And here we do that. Still the same issue. I'm not hitting the proper signature, so let's check that actor utils again. What do we have? Another and false. So it's because here, yes, we should hit okay. I don't know if I should. Okay. So now we are local, we have the host, but why does agent complain here? Is that the issue? That's kind of weird, no? So is it because it doesn't like... Voila! Finally. Okay. Great. So, to summarize what we did, we sketched what we're gonna implement, and then we started fixing my local environment so that we get started, right? Okay, yes, thanks to Chrome, I've lost my session here, but that's our document, right? It's what we want to implement. And in the application we have, I will clean that, but basically we have updated the library, and then in the environment I set up localhost and the CMC and the satellite and so. And first we tried to use the standard developer environment, but did not work out ultimately because there is no CMC deployed. So we went to a solution where actually I spin the whole console locally, and then I deploy satellites from there. And then we work around the fact that basically we have two different instances and two different environments, and that the second should work on the first. And that's why here we set up stuff like a custom init function and this kind of things. Super. And so I will clean that. That way we have a production and local environment. And next week we continue, or we're gonna start. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build the connection to a wallet. Okay, and we're gonna add a lib, then we're gonna open that OISI model, and then here we're gonna display the account and maybe the balance. Right? Okay. If there is question in the meantime, you can always ping me, and